The Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has hinted on dumping William Ruto and choosing on Rigathi Gachagua to work together towards 2027 general election. There are many things that are happening behind the scenes that I wanted us to brainstorm and talk about today in this video about what has been going on and around the political arena in Mount Kenya. To start with, it is very evident right now that Rigathi Gachagua is the one commanding a lot of following in Mount Kenya region, and the people from the larger Mount Kenya West and East are believing, and also they are following Rigathi Gachagua's directions. And those who are allied to President William Ruto are equally getting very hard times to communicate to the people of Mount Kenya, even though they come from there, even though they are the people who were born and bred in Mount Kenya. If anyone is working with William Ruto, then they are finding it so difficult to work with the people from the larger Mount Kenya region. Initially, we used to see the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua attacking the current Deputy President Kithure Kindiki badly. He used to, he used to say that Kithure Kindiki is a soprano man. He used to imitate Kindiki in a more soprano way, in a way to demean Kindiki so much. In fact, Kenyans used to say that if there is a politician that Kindiki has suffered in his hands, then it's Rigathi Gachagua. But all of a sudden, I remember there is a time equally Kindiki said and told Rigathi Gachagua to maintain peace. All he needed is respect. But Rigathi Gachagua still continued to inject and to show the public that Kindiki is an illegal deputy president. He was never elected by the people, and also started criticizing how he speaks. But now, there are many questions that are being asked about how things are changing and how the two changed so abruptly and started, praising one another. After the Olkalau incident, I think it has accelerated the issue, and also Kithure Kindiki has realized that it's going to be so hard, and the rise of Rigathi Gachagua might bury most of the careers from the Mount Kenya region. Another thing you need to know, after the Olkalau humiliation, or rather after the Olkalau humiliation on William Ruto, Kindiki learned one or two things. He realized that the people from the Mount Kenya region do not love this regime at all. In fact, they don't love those people who are closer to William Ruto at all. That is what Kindiki learned. And whatever he learned about it is something that will go a long way to change the political space in Kenya. So after that, many people are calling on William Ruto, those who are diehards of UDA, those who have been advising William Ruto. They told him to dump the Mount Kenya completely. In fact, they asked him to shift his attention to other communities like Lowland and also the Western region, such that he may get a deputy, or rather a running mate in 2027 from those other communities, but not Mount Kenya, because in as much as may give them that position as the running mate, the deputy president, he might not be given enough votes from Mount Kenya. The same thing today, Rigathi Gachagua said that if William Ruto gets more than 1,000 votes in any constituency in the coming election, he will be a very disturbed man. He will be a very angry man. So that tells you that these people are reorganizing themselves against William Ruto. So Kithure Kindiki knows that if that happens, he'll lose his position as the deputy president, and also he'll lose the support base from his home ground. The people from Mount Kenya region will not want to see him. They will not even want to see his family. It is that bad. I saw a video yesterday of Ruri MCA, or Ruri Ward MCA in Olkalau. The people blocked that MCA from accessing his ward because they are saying that he's a betrayer, is a traitor who made sure that William Ruto killed and beat up so many people in Olkalau in the just concluded by election. So that tells you that even Kithure Kindiki is watching closely. They usually say in politics, you don't go against the wave. You go against the wave, you find out that you've destroyed your career, you are outside, and nothing will ever happen to you, and you will never rise again. So there are recent happenings that happened that I want us to talk about. Now, let's start with Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki has shown signs of being against William Ruto. Recently, he condemned the divisions that are being announced by Cabinet Secretary Ruto. Ruto has been on the forefront saying that the Mount Kenya West, they should differentiate themselves with the Mount Kenya East. So the Mount Kenya East should stand on their own, while Mount Kenya West, they do the same. Those words have been piercing Rigathi Gachagua so much, and fortunately, Kithure Kindiki raised an alarm saying that there is no way they are going to split Mount Kenya vote because of election. So by this so doing, it indicates that Kithure Kindiki is kinda going against what William Ruto wants and what William Ruto has instructed some of his sycophants like Ruto to be propagating in public. So that is one thing that has led to the early signs that Kithure Kindiki might end up working with Rigathi Gachagua. Number two, in the just concluded Olkalau election, Kithure Kindiki said that at all means he's against Gunism. Whether from someone in the government, whether from someone in opposition, he criticizes that. And in fact said that those who are propagating hatred and violence in Olkalau, they must be brought to book, despite which side they are standing on, despite they are in government, despite they are in 2-term or 1-term. That statement alone, it indicates that Kithure Kindiki is someone right now of a sound mind, a leader who's not deluded by sycophancy because of William Ruto, and they can make legit decisions that are meant to help the common mwananchi. That is Kithure Kindiki. So that is another sign that is telling us that Kithure Kindiki is working, in as much as he's working with William Ruto, he's trying to work away from William Ruto. And then another thing, recently, Kithure Kindiki in social media, he warned the Kenya Kwanza leadership. He warned the leaders from Kenya Kwanza, telling them that they should slow down. They should slow down because 2027 is not yet here. You know, he was saying that because there was a very bitter conversation inside the UDA and Kenya Kwanza on who to be the running mate of President William Ruto. And all chances and all points, or the all fingers pointed at Kithure Kindiki, saying he might not even deliver the votes that were Mount Kenya delivered last time. Therefore, that position should be reserved to another community like Luo, Nyanza, or other western part. So that is why he went to online gun blazing, saying that it's not even 2027. People should quit and go slow on politics. Now, what Kindiki is doing is a kinda going against all the measures that President William Ruto's administration is putting aside to make sure that they get a hold of the Mount Kenya region. Now, Rigathi Gachagua shocked many today and yesterday. Rigathi Gachagua, who has been criticizing, he has been criticizing so much Rigathi Gachagua. Recently, he appeared to love Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, the comments he made, it indicated that is now, working closely with Kithure Kindiki. In fact, in some of the statements, he said that Kindiki, bad as he is, ni mtu ya yesa hajielewi. Lakini siku alikuwa interior ministry, hakuleta guns kupiga sisi kama huyu Murkomen. This is a different statement from what Rigathi Gachagua has been saying. Rigathi Gachagua, in fact, at some point said that Kithure Kindiki allowed the Gen Z to die in 2024. But right now, you see, he has changed that narrative. Now, right now, he's saying that he did not do that. He did not bring guns to kill some of our sons. But Murkomen has done. At the same point, he went further, saying that let the case of a good person be the same as that of a person with equity. and at least Kindiki hakuwa Gen Z. That is a statement from Rigathi Gachagua, a statement that shows that right now is kinda going slow on Rigathi Gachagua, on Kithure Kindiki, and kinda he is now praising Kithure Kindiki so much. Even praised, there's something that Kindiki said recently about I come from this region and I do not want the communities to be divided. That statement alone, it brought about joy in Rigathi Gachagua's heart. Yeah. In fact, he said that he thinks whatever Professor Kithure Kindiki said was right. For the first time, Rigathi Gachagua was referring to Kindiki as professor. All the time has been referring to Kindiki as ule mtu wa soprana. But right now, you see, is now that respect Kindiki has earned. In fact, he's saying, Rigathi Gachagua is saying that the only way Ruto can come back to as a president is when the Mount Kenya region vote is divided, because this one vote that is against him 100%. So he's going by what Kithure Kindiki said, that Mount Kenya should never and should not be divided as others have been calling. So when you see Kithure Kindiki joining hands with the Rigathi Gachagua and against all the strategies that are being put aside by President William Ruto so that he can defend his seat come 2027, you realize that this man Kithure Kindiki has seen his fate in politics ahead of 2027, that William Ruto might forsake him. That is why he's wants to align himself with the winning team, and that is Rigathi Gachagua's team. I don't know what you think. That is my opinion too. You can have your opinion too. Write it in the comment section. I shall be going through all the comments, and maybe it can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.